Hello, everybody. What did you think of my intro? It's just a really quick one because I wanted something and I thought I'd give it a shot. So let me know what you think. Hey, Little Dove was first in today with a gorgeous message, which she always does. But Mickey came in with a super chat and a membership. I don't have a clip for any of that right now, so I can do this. Thank you for it. Yay, 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 yay. Thanks, Mickey. Okay, that's all I've got. It's bad. Now I can't turn it off. Hang on. There. Thank you so much, Mickey. I really appreciate it. A blank slate, my darling. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I know what's going on with you. 16th, Amelia. Welcome, my darling. Blank slate says, I'll be listening for a few. My mama is almost here. That's okay, honey. You do what you need to do. And we'll be here whenever you need us. So today, my darlings, I wanted to go over the Scott Peterson case. Making sure I've got a few articles and I want the whole story to be told. So I'm hoping that will help everybody and help me understand the case more. It's really old. It's like 20 years old. So there's a lot of details that we won't remember. So, yeah. Forgotten Whisper says, I'll be right in just having a smoke. I'm so excited for this. I can mod for you. Oh, gosh, you're sweetie. And she did the new member thing. And I know why she did it, because of this. Thank you for the membership. It's awesome. Okay. Sorry, guys. That's all I've got. It's all I've got. Just give me a minute there. Getting shit ready. All right, guys, we'll start. And if you ever want, hey, Shauna B, if you ever want to stop and have a chat about what we're listening to or reading, just let me know. I will need a lot of breaks from the reading because I don't always do that well. So let's have a look. I'm not this good at shit. Hang on, present. Hang on. Something's not responding. You know what happens when not responding? I have to wait just a moment. Don't do this, computer, please. So anyway, what did you think of my dance? It's all I've got until I can get some clips. And if you have any ideas, let me know. All right, here we go. Let's look at this. So this is from people.com. And it says, Scott Peterson's sister-in-law has maintained his innocence. Here's why she thinks he didn't kill wife Laci. And we will have a look. The LA Innocence Project said in court filings that, quotes I should say, new evidence now supports Mr. Peterson's long-standing claim of innocence. Let's take a look. Can you guys hear me all right? Can you type yes if you can hear me, guys? Yeah, the music that I was playing was from that article. All right, let's have a look. Scott Peterson's case is being taken by the Los Angeles Innocence Project, but he has always had his sister-in-law's support, even after being convicted of the murders of his pregnant wife, Laci Peterson, and their unborn son, Connor. Does that mean he had Laci's sister support? Very interesting. I hope you can hear me now. So a California jury found Scott guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder in 2004. His wife, Laci, 27, was 8 months pregnant when she went missing on Christmas Eve, 2002. While Scott initially helped look for her, it soon came out that he had been having an affair, and he became the prime suspect. Shauna B says, I have Captain, but I don't hear anything. I don't know. Try and refresh, please, Shauna. Tell her to refresh. I'll get it. Tell her. That's what I was thinking, Mickey. Laci's sister. Is that who they're talking about? Very interesting. So 4 months later, Laci's body was found in San Francisco Bay, just a mile away from where her unborn baby's body was found. So I'm going to read that one again because that's pretty crazy. 4 months after she went missing, this 8-month pregnant lady, her body was found in the San Francisco Bay, just a mile away from where her unborn baby's body was found. Scott has always maintained his innocence, and so has his sister-in-law, Laci Peterson, who spoke with Today's Show in 2021, saying that Laci was not killed on Christmas Eve 2002, but was actually killed later. See, I've never heard of this, so this is quite interesting. He looks just really smug to me. I don't know. There's evidence that was completely ignored that shows Laci was alive after Scott left for the day. Janie, who is married to Scott's brother, told the show at the time. But also there was no evidence that he had anything to do with what happened to Laci. So Laci's sister is married to Scott's brother. This is weird. Scott, now 51, has claimed that Laci was killed by an unknown assailant as she walked the couple's dog after he left to go on a solo fishing trip on Christmas Eve morning. This is weird shit, man. Weird shit. As the case moved forward, it was revealed that he had a months-long affair with a woman named Amber Frey, who was unaware that Scott was married when she started dating him. Frey eventually disclosed the affair to police in December 2002 after learning about Laci vanishing, and she even testified during Scott's trial. However, Janie says that being an adulterer does not mean that her brother-in-law is a killer, which is right. Mickey, you've sorted it out in my head, because I was like, what the frick? I know I'm not that bright. It just takes me a minute, right? She says, I don't think you can take that leap, she told the show, adding that she believes the murderer is still at large. She said, we don't have justice. This crime is not solved. Scott was sentenced to death in 2005 and remained on death row until 2020, when his death sentence was overturned, meaning that he would face a new penalty phase trial. That October, the California Supreme Court ruled that a lower court should take a second look at his case to determine whether his guilty verdict should be overturned. So this guy has been right up to the Supreme Court, I think, to appeal, and has not got anywhere. So In 2021, Scott's death sentence was officially vacated and he was sentenced to life in prison. The following year, a San Mateo County Superior Court judge denied Scott's bid for a new trial. This week, the LA Innocence Project took up Scott's case and is seeking new evidence in his original trial, arguing Scott's state and federal constitutional rights were violated, ABC News first reported. So I must say right from the beginning that the LA Innocence Project and the Innocence Project are two different entities. And I think it got me mucked up when I thought of the Innocence Project because that one's a lot bigger and it's different. So I'll make sure we know that one. The non-profit organisation, known for its work to exonerate wrongly convicted and incarcerated individuals, told People in a statement Friday that they represent Scott now and are, quote, investigating his claim of actual innocence, unquote. So they say, from what I'm reading, that his constitutional rights are the reason why they're doing it. Or is it that they found new evidence? Because I'm hearing two now. The non-profit organisation I read that, didn't I? In court filings submitted Wednesday and first obtained by ABC News, lawyers for the organisation stated that, quote, new evidence now supports Mr. Peterson's long-standing claim of innocence and raises many questions into who abducted and killed Laci and Connor Peterson. The filings highlight updated witness testimony pointing to multiple aspects of the case, including a December 2002 burglary of a Modesto home across the street from the Petersons, ABC News reports. So I've heard that too. Apparently there was a burglary across the street from the Petersons, and we'll find out when that was. I think it might have been Christmas Eve. And so the lawyers are going to say, well, it wasn't Scott. It had to do with the burglary. So we will find out a bit more, I guess. The organisation is also hoping to conduct new DNA testing on a blood-stained mattress found on December 25th, 2002 in a burned-out orange van discovered near the home. The investigation will determine whether the item contained Laci's blood, which could be argued links her back to the burglars, the organisation said. Wow. You would think if there was a truck found with blood on a mattress in 2002, or any time would be investigated, right? Wouldn't you check for DNA anyway? I mean, it's blood on a mattress. It doesn't look good. So the fact that they're having to test it now is really insane. Pat Harris, Scott's defence attorney, tells People, we are very excited to have the incredible attorneys at the LA Innocence Project lend their considerable expertise to help improve Scott Peterson's innocence. Wow. There's a lot I didn't know. I don't think I know this case at all. I need to go back to the very beginning. Well, I'm hoping that some aspects of the case will come out in the articles that I'm talking about. So, but yeah, there's a lot I didn't know as well. And one thing came to me. The LA Innocence Project is a non-profit organisation. So it survives on donations and sponsors to help. I wonder if any of those get to choose the cases that the LA Innocence Project picked up. You know what? If you're a huge donator or sponsor to this and you think Scott Peterson is guilty, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. My mouse is playing up. Okay, so that's that article. Yeah. It's the whole thing is astonishing, actually. Forgotten Whisper says this is astonishing that the IP would pick up Scott. He is absolutely guilty. You know what? I have not talked to one person in the last few weeks since this case has been coming up, that actually thinks he's innocent. Yeah. Why change your appearance and run if you're not guilty? Don't mind me, I think out loud. Well, you're absolutely right. Why run? Why change your appearance? He did, which he did. I don't have a previous video on this case, but I could do one, absolutely, and lay out all the facts. It would be a lot of work, but I'll look into it for sure. All right. So hopefully this one talks a little bit about the trial as well. Okay, I just realized that you guys can't see what I'm doing. So let's do that, eh? Shauna says, Innocence Project don't pick up cases that they don't see real merit in. Well, this is the thing. Obviously, they think there's something there. Otherwise, they wouldn't have picked up the case. So there's definitely something there. I'm going to try and play this video.
News tonight on a case that horrified this nation, the murder of a young pregnant wife, Laci Peterson. Tonight, ABC News learning the LA Innocence Project is now taking up the case of Scott Peterson, who was convicted of murdering his wife, Laci, and their unborn child. What attorneys for the group are now saying about new evidence and about Scott Peterson's claim of innocence. Here's Kana Whitworth.
Tonight, a stunning development in the Scott Peterson case. The Los Angeles Innocence Project now representing the man convicted of murdering his wife, Laci, and their unborn son on Christmas Eve in 2002. Their bodies found in the San Francisco Bay months later. Peterson, now 51 years old, is currently serving life without parole after his death sentence was overturned. The Innocence Project, a nonprofit known for helping overturn hundreds of convictions. The LA chapter stating in court documents, quote, evidence has been discovered that points to Mr. Peterson's innocence and points to the actual perpetrators of the crimes against Laci and Connor Peterson. The motions claim a burglary that occurred across the street from the Peterson home around the time of Laci's disappearance was not fully investigated, and that witnesses who saw Laci walking her dog the morning she went missing were not properly interviewed. The filings also request more DNA testing of a van found burned 1 mile away. Peterson maintaining his innocence, arguing that the prosecution presented no physical, forensic, or direct evidence linking me to the deaths of my wife and son. Just months before his 2004 conviction, Peterson sitting down with our Diane Sawyer in 2003.
Everybody sitting at home wants the answer to the same question. Did you murder your wife?
No, I did not. And I had absolutely nothing to do with her disappearance.
And David, attorneys with the LA Innocence Project say that Peterson's rights were violated, and they say that his actual innocence is supported by new evidence. David?
Quite something. Kana Whitworth reporting tonight. Kana, thank you.
All right, guys. That's shocking. So Forgotten Whispers says he changed his appearance and had 15K on him, headed to the Mexico border, and he has his brother's ID. So, yeah, wow. Mickey, she was found in the water where he went in his boat. Yeah, apparently he went fishing a lot where her body was found, which is a bit crazy. Six Sense Amelia, I just don't even know who has covered this channel or who has been good at it, or who is, there's so many people. I can't, I'm sorry, you'll have to just go looking. But I'll definitely think about doing it, but it will be a while because it's so big. All evidence is circumstantial. There was no direct connection to Laci's murder. Okay, so no DNA, all circumstantial. We'll read this article in a minute. Shauna, my oldest friend, moved to Modesto when we were 8. Shauna, Forgotten Whispers, I know, right? I don't understand why people get hung up on circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence is good if there is a lot of it. If you have a lot of circumstantial evidence, there's not that many coincidences. Well, that's what I say anyway. Cindy, hi, welcome in. I hope you know this case. Maybe not. Maybe you'll learn something. I know you're from Facebook. So thank you very much for coming in. All the links that people need are in the description box below. So let's take a look at this abcnews.com. So the LA Innocence Project has taken up the notorious case of convicted wife killer Laci Peterson in new court filings. Again, Laci, who was 27 and 8 months pregnant, disappeared on Christmas Eve in 2002. Her body was found in San Francisco Bay in April 2003. So about 6 months before her body was found. Attorneys with the LA Innocence Project, I might just try and call them LIP, claimed that the state and federal constitutional rights were violated of Scott's, including a claim of actual innocence that is supported by newly discovered evidence, according to the court filings. So we look forward to that. New evidence now supports Mr. Peters' long-standing claim of innocence and raises many questions into who abducted and killed Laci and Connor Peterson, the filing states. His attorneys are seeking dozens of items they say could not be located after reviewing the trial files from his prior counsel after a thorough search, according to the filings. The items include evidence from the investigations into a December 2002 burglary of a home across the street from the Petersons in Modesto in something county, Stanislaus. Stanislaus? Far out. Laci Peterson's missing Croton watch and a van fire in the airport district on December 25, 2002, according to the filings. They are also seeking documents from interviews with several witnesses. So there you go. That's what they're trying to find. Yeah, so let's see what you guys are saying. But all the evidence does point to his guilt. The boat, the cement, the interviews, the affair, the vigil for Laci, all points to his guilt, but no direct connection. It seems like Sixth Sense Amelia, you could get most of the information off Forgotten Whispers. Sixth Sense, his rights were violated, so that doesn't default to being innocent. Absolutely right. It may mean appropriate legal or judicial processes weren't observed. Absolutely. Doesn't mean he's innocent. Shauna, you've always believed he was guilty. So has every single person I've talked to. He was telling Amber that his affair, he was in Paris while he was at his wife's vigil. Oh my God, how bad is that? What a scum. His girlfriend's name was Amber. If there is a procedural problem, then get him a new trial, but I think he will be found guilty again. Well, Shauna, I mean, he's been up to the Supreme Court, for goodness sakes, with appeals, and he hasn't been given a new trial. So, yeah, we'll see what all this evidence is that they're looking at, trying to find all these witnesses. Paula Mitchell, the director of the LIP, said she found, quote, deficiencies, unquote, while reviewing the discovery of Scott Peterson's case, and sent a letter to the county district attorney in 2023, November 14th, seeking informal production of numerous specific items of post-conviction discovery. That was according to a declaration included in the filings. Whew, what a mouthful, eh? The letter includes private identifying information concerning numerous citizens, potential material witnesses, and possible suspects, as well as sensitive investigative leads relating to Peterson's claim of innocence. Information that was referenced throughout various police reports, tip sheets, and other investigative materials from both the prosecution and the defense that I reviewed. This is what she said in her declaration. That's a lot of stuff that they're looking for, a lot of stuff. She also said during her investigation she has come across numerous witnesses who have expressed hesitation or outright unwillingness to provide info due to the high-profile nature of the case. I certainly not want to be a witness in a case like this. He has maintained his innocence, and he received an unfair trial based on possibly jury misconduct. Okay, so I heard something about the jury. Here it is. His lawyers have previously claimed that a woman known as juror number 7 had not disclosed involvement in other legal proceedings. I suppose it depends what those legal proceedings are, right? I mean, does that make him innocent? I don't know. He is a douchebag. Who said that? Pinch poke, you owe me a Coke. What? He's a douchebag. He is a douchebag. That's for sure. Forgotten says, I followed this trial and case from beginning to end. I watched it all. It was a huge case. Still is. Oh, Amber was the mistress. Didn't she sell her story? Is this similar to Chris Watts? Okay, let's see. In 2020, the California Supreme Court overturned Scott Peterson's death sentence, citing that his jury was improperly screened for bias against the death penalty, according to court documents. He was resentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole in December 2021 and moved off death row in October 2022. In December 2022, Superior Court Judge Anne Christine denied Scott's relief in his appeal based on stealth juror accusations. So it's been through the courts for this juror, by what it seems. So his attorney, Pat Harris, said in a statement on Thursday that they are thrilled to have the incredibly skilled attorneys at the LIP and their expertise becoming involved in the efforts to prove Scott's innocence. Oh dear, they have no further comment at this time. So interesting, are they going to find something or not? I mean, they're asking for a lot of evidence. They're looking for witnesses that were talked to. They're wanting to go with the burglary and blaming that for taking Laci and murdering her. There's the van information, and the fact that that van wasn't tested or whatever back then just boggles my mind. So really they are looking for a lot of evidence. So Amber Frey was the girlfriend or the affair, and she did sell her story. Of course she did. Of course she did. I've got another couple of that I'll read shortly. Mickey, there is a movie based on Amber's perspective. Amber Frey witness for the prosecution. Oh, interesting. Thanks, chat. Yeah, yeah. You'll just have to look. It's crazy. What a crazy story. All right. So the next one I've got to look at. Share screen. I'll get it right. And I'm going to put all these in the description box below, like the with all the information where you can donate and become a member, and my email is in there, and my Facebook page is in the description. So all those good things if you need anything, and if the mods could put some info out occasionally, that would be really great. But the links to these will be in the description box below as well. Let's take a look at this one. This is people.com again. I'm kind of liking these guys. Why Scott Peterson's former defense attorney thinks he could be exonerated. So this will be interesting. It's going to have a lot of the same shit I've already read, so I'm going to try and get through that. So now that the LIP has taken on Scott's case, his former defence attorney believes he has a good chance of getting out of prison. He said, I do. He tells people about his former client, Scott, now 51, an inmate at Mule Creek State Prison in Lone, California, says, I've always felt this way. You're talking to somebody who has been pilloried for the last 20 years for having the temerity to say that I think he's innocent. Geez, you could just use nice words, easy words, mate. You're trying to tell everyone that you're really bright, but it doesn't mean we can read those words. He said he worked hard to defend Scott. The jury found him guilty of both counts of murder on November 12, 2004. So obviously he was convicted of killing the baby as well. At 8 months old, I believe that they can prosecute a baby for a baby, especially if it's as young as that, I think, obviously. The long-time attorney thinks Scott is in good legal hands with the LAP. This is not some fly-by-night headline attention-grabbing organisation, he said. It's a very storied and well-respected team that has done great work. The non-profit is re-examining what happened before and after Laci vanished, while Scott said he was fishing 90 miles away from their Modesto, California home. Scott became a person of interest when massage therapist Amber Frey came forward in 2003 saying she had been romantically involved with Scott for a month before Laci had vanished. I actually heard that she had been his affair or his girlfriend or whatever for months, but it's saying here it was just a month before Laci vanished. She said she had no idea he was still married and said Scott had told her he was a widower. Creep. He's a creep. Does that make him a murderer? Because he's a creep. He was arrested on April 2003, 4 days after the bodies of Laci and Connor turned up in San Francisco Bay, and pleaded not guilty to the murders. That's a horrible thought. Horrible thought. He's always maintained his innocence. He was sentenced to death, but in 2020 it was overturned and sentenced to life without parole. January 17th, the LIP filed a lengthy discovery motion, and we've heard that. Let's talk about the burglary across the street in a moment, though. That's going to be interesting. 6 cents. So basically, he's still guilty, but is going for a retrial. No new tangible evidence for being innocent. Sounds typically narcissistic. Well, the thing I keep getting stuck on is the LIP don't take cases that they don't think they can win. So they must think that there is new evidence that exonerates him. They have to fully believe that. They're going for a lot of discovery. They're looking for a lot of stuff. Did the police fuck up in the past or when it happened and not do things they should have? Then they're going for that juror thing. They're trying to say that the juror lied and didn't say that they were in other legal proceedings and his constitutional rights were violated. So they're actually doing two things at once. I mean, we can only just bloody hope that if he's guilty, he stays there. He was on death row, I believe. Now he's innocent. Fuck that. R.I.P. Connor. It's lucky that I'm not monetized, so because I swear, and so did Forgotten Whispers. He's only a year younger than me. Yeah, he's not old for being in prison for that long. Shauna says, for the police, as soon as Amber came forward, they focused on Scott. Right. He told Amber that he had recently lost his wife before Laci was murdered. That says a lot. Oh, my God. Welcome, Lord and Girl. Nice to see you. And yes, it does. Yeah, it actually does. IP has lost their mind. A lot of people are thinking that. A lot of people are thinking that. So the burglary across the street, let me have a quick mouthful of water. I haven't spoken this much in a long time. Okay, let's look at the burglary across the street. A portion of the evidence they want to retest centres around a December 2002 burglary that took place across the street from the couple's Modesto, California home. And they believe Laci was murdered on Christmas Eve, police were saying, and this burglary happened on Christmas Day, I believe. During Scott's 2004 trial, his lawyer argued the burglary could have had something to do with Laci's disappearance. Prosecutors nixed the idea, saying the burglary took place 2 days after her disappearance. 2 days after her disappearance. His new lawyers say they have evidence that the burglary took place on December 24th, 2002, and that Laci was killed because she witnessed the crime. Wow. So I got my dates wrong. That is crazy. I'm going to say it again. New lawyers for Scott say they have evidence that the burglary took place on December 24th and that Laci was killed because she witnessed the crime. So that's a whole new thing, Items they are asking to be tested for DNA for the first time includes cloth from a blood-stained mattress recovered from the back of an orange van parked near the couple's house that had been set on fire on the morning of December 25th. Limited testing conducted in 2019 on the cloth detected the presence of human DNA. Now they will try to figure out whether DNA from Laci was left behind. Wow. So they're definitely thinking that this burglary and the mattress had something to do with Laci's crime. Out of control. Prosecutors said, though, they cleared the burglars as suspects because they said it took place on the 26th and not the 24th. This is something that has irked me forever. The problem with that is, talk to any reporter who was then covering the case by December 26 on that street, which is not exactly a thoroughfare. It was inundated with press who had camped out there. Do you really want us to believe that that burglary happened with all of the nation's press sitting 25 feet away? That's pretty interesting, to be honest. Very, very interesting. Hey, Mickey, you're spoiling me. Absolutely spoiling me. Thank you so much, my darling. And I don't have any clip to play. So, you're making me. Okay. Hang on. I've got to figure it out. Thank you for the membership. Whoop, hoo, Mickey. Thank you. Mwah. Okay. Was that good enough? That was terrible. I will make a clip eventually, I promise, because that's not a good one. Poor thing. You're either doing it to make me do it and laugh at me, or you're just bloody great. Either of you, you're just bloody great, Mickey. Missing evidence. Lawyers for the LIP are also looking for evidence they were unable to find in Scott's trial files, the motion says. In the filing, lawyers for the organisation talk about all kinds of things that weren't turned over. During the trial, he says it was a constant stream of late-breaking discovery, in most cases exculpatory. They had never investigated, that they had never turned over to us to allow us to investigate. So yes, there's so much that could have been turned over that was not. You have to understand that there was a complete collapse of evidence in this case. Wow. Armchair legal critics. For the last 20 years, members of the public will sometimes confront the lawyer about the case anywhere, and they all believe he's guilty. It really, everyone I have talked to have said that he's guilty as well. Not just, I don't know. It seems like the evidence that they are looking for is good, and it could exonerate him. But all the circumstantial evidence, the fact that, Forgotten Whisper said it, the fact that he tried to go to Mexico with all this cash, he changed his look, he bronzed and he grew facial hair and changed his looks and then tried to take off. The fact that, I don't know, she turned up at his favorite fishing spot. Isn't that weird? There's so much things that make him look guilty. I'm really struck. I'm not quite sure what I think about it now. Do you still think he's guilty, guys? Do you think that they're going to get very far and exonerate him? Will he get a new trial? I'm not sure if that's what they're going for, a new trial. Is that how it works? Imagine if he got a new trial. Imagine the chaos around the whole country, actually the whole world, if he got a new trial. It would be the trial of the century, just about. You could imagine social media. Social media would go nuts if he got a new trial. Absolute nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. Shauna B still thinks he's guilty. Nothing's changed for you. I don't know. I guess we will all wait and see, won't we? Thanks, Shauna, for sharing my Twitter. I don't go on it a lot because I don't have any people on there. So, yeah, please join my Twitter. Please join my Facebook. My Facebook will have over 11K followers on there. I post mostly New Zealand cases on my Facebook, and I usually do international ones in live streams. But I do have a live stream tomorrow night. I'm not sure what time it is for you guys. And I wanted to go over a few New Zealand cases that are in the news. We have a few crime cases that I wanted to share with you guys. I thought it might be interesting. So I hope that you can join me there as well. I want to thank you guys for being here, because otherwise I'd be talking to nobody and that would be weird. Thank you. Hello to the replay crew. You can't see me, but I am waving just to say hi. Thank you, Shauna. That's awesome. So I guess I will say goodbye. I'm overwhelmed that you guys turned up to listen to me. I thank you so much. I love all of you, Shauna, Mickey, Sixth Sense Amelia, Forgotten Whispers, my darling. Please, can someone quickly put Forgotten Whispers, address thingy, address thingy. Lord and girl, thank you, honey. Thank you, all of you, for being here. If you could, just pop in her thing. Link to her channel. That's what I was thinking. If you can put Forgotten Whispers link to her channel. If you want to donate, if you want to look for anything, in the description below, there's everything you need. I love you very much, and I hope that I will see you tomorrow night, because I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much. Bye.